right, guys, so we're going to jump straight into it. I don't want to waste any time, but I do want to make a quick disclaimer. A lot of these products that I'm going to be mentioning today are products that I would advise for you to add to your supply list. And if you can get started packing these items, it doesn't matter if you're 2 days out or 30 days out. You can start packing as you go, so that when the time comes, you don't have to be scrambling around looking for everything, okay? So you can get started on that list right away. It doesn't really matter how close or how far out you are. This list will be essential for you. Also, another disclaimer is that some of these products that I'll be sharing with you today, visually, they may not be the same product that is in your country. I am in Canada. So if you're in Canada, you will be able to find the product that I'm showing you, you'll be able to find that at your local Walmart or on the Amazon.ca website. However, if you are in the UK or if you are in America, you might not be able to find that exact product as far as the visual look of that product. However, you'll be able to find that product still at Walmart. It'll be called the same. It's the same flushable wipes, but it might have a different packaging than it would over here. So make sure that more than anything else, you're paying attention to what the product name is versus what it actually looks like, because what it looks like over here in Canada may not be visually what it looks like in the UK or in the States or wherever you're coming from. So I just wanted to make that really clear before we get into these things, so that you're not too caught up with that part of your list. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Again, I have my list over here. So if you see me glancing over, I'm just looking over at this list to make sure that I get everything on there and I'm not missing anything. Once I get through this list, if there's anything that I did miss, please leave it in the comments. We don't want to not pack it for our BBL experience. So we want to make sure that we have everything. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to jump into it. All right, guys. So our first item on the list today is your faja. This is a stage 1 faja, and as you can see, it's not like most that you'll find at the store. And the reason for that is because this is a faja that you will get straight out of surgery. So only certain places will carry this kind of faja. Now, what makes this a stage 1 faja is the fact that this faja is made, it's all in one, just like most of them are. If you turn it around to the back, you'll notice that the area in the butt has a thinner material than the overall faja, which has more of a compression type of material. The butt is a thinner material. You can see that there, and that's made so that when you have your surgery, your butt can actually breathe. It's not being compressed. And what's really neat about this is that it will compress all the parts that need to be compressed. So like your midsection is going to be compressed underneath your breasts, and in some cases, even your thighs will be compressed as well. This faja was given to me straight out of surgery, and at the time when I booked my package, the faja was included, my massages were included, and foams were included. The surgery center that I went to was Jolie Plastic Surgery, and my doctor was Dr. Hassan. So at the time when I went, they had these things included in the package, whereas as of right now, they no longer do that. So you are responsible to get your own faja, your own foams, your own boards, your BBL pillow, and anything else. And that doesn't just go for Jolie Plastic Surgery. That's right now starting to circulate throughout all the surgery centers in Miami. So if you're not clear on the specifications that are listed in your package, make sure you give them a call and find out if these things are included or if they're not included. That is very, very important to start off with, because you don't want to be buying, things that are included, but if they're not included, you want to make sure that you definitely have that. If you don't have these things, you want to make sure make sure that you have it, because if you don't have your stage 1 faja, you're not having surgery. That's just it. Forget about everything on the list. If you don't have this, we are not having surgery, and that's just that. So make sure that you get a stage 1 faja. This is what it looks like. It does not have the variety of hooks that you can like go down a size on, like the other stage fajas. So this is only one stage. You see, there's one straight line here of hooks, so you can't compress inwards as you go. And then it just, you hook it and you zip it up, and that's that. These are perfect, again, straight out of surgery. You can add your foams, you can add your boards very, very comfortably in this faja. A lot of surgery sisters actually like to use this faja, and as they start to decrease their swelling, they will go and get it taken in and in and in and in and in until this can't be used anymore. So this is really comfortable. It's great. I suggest you wear this within your first 2 months of post-op, and wear this along with your foams and boards. You will not be able to use your foams or your boards until at least 5 days out of your surgery. But as soon as your doctor or your nurse or your masseuse allows you to wear those foams and allows you to wear those boards, you want to make sure that you start compressing in this stage 1 faja. Another thing is, ideally, if you can get 2 of these fajas, that would maximize your experience. Reason being is, when you come out of surgery and you put this on, even though this is black, thankfully, you are going to be leaking fluids. You're going to be leaking blood. You're going to be leaking other fluids out of your body from your incisions. So this is going to be soiled right away. So day 1, we have this on, it gets soiled. You are going to probably go to sleep. You're not going to want to take this off. You're going to go straight to bed. But when you wake up in the morning, you may or may not shower, and that is normal, because a lot of times the next day you go for your massage. So you'll just take this off, you'll go for your massage, and then when you come back, that's when you'll take your shower. So that way you're just showering once versus showering before your massage and then having to come back and shower again, which can just be a lot on your body coming straight out of surgery. So once you come back from your massage and you take a shower, are you going to want to put this back on soil? You're not going to want to do that. So to prevent that, you want to make sure that you have another faja on hand, so that once you're getting your massage, you can throw this in the washing machine, and then you have your new faja. When you get back from your massage, you have a shower, you put on your new faja, and you feel fresh. And that'll just make, again, your experience so much easier and just comfortable. You know what I mean? So if you can get your hands on 2 of these fajas, that would be ideal. And I would say probably get the same size in both. Reason being is because we don't know how much swelling you're going to have and how fast it's going to decrease. And the last thing you want to do is get a smaller version of this, and you can't even fit it for like 2 weeks or a month or whatever the case is. But this next one is also very, very important. Very, very important. Actually, this is the number 1 product that I would say make sure this is on your list next to your faja, because actually the faja is number 1. This is right beside it, like 1.5. Okay? And those of you who've already had surgery can, I'm sure, agree to this. But this next product is a big deal, and I'm going to show it to you now. Your urinal, okay? This is so important for you right out of surgery, because let me tell you, sis, if you think you're just going to be walking off that table and going straight to the bathroom and running laps around your hotel room, it's just not happening, okay? You are going to be struggling when it comes to doing little things like sitting down on the toilet and having to pee. That booty is not going to be able to hold it up. You know what I mean? You do not want to sit on this butt anyways, because you just don't want to sit on your butt. The time frame that they give you, I want to say, is like 4 to 8 weeks. Or maybe it's actually 6 to 8 weeks before you can sit on your butt. I started sitting at 8 weeks. So there's no sitting, and that means toilet seats are included. So, sis, you need this urinal. And let me just also give you a quick tutorial, because I have been in these Facebook groups, and let me tell you, I have read some of these things about this urinal, and girls telling me that how, are talking in the group how, you know, the urinal doesn't work. They still end up peeing all over their faja. They just don't care. Girl, don't do that, and don't be that girl. Let me tell you, there's a way to use this urinal that is effective. It will work every single time. I promise you, you do not have to worry about soiling your faja and having to walk around in it. That is gross. You don't want to be that person. So let me just explain to you how to use this urinal really quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this urinal. As you can see, there's a long side here, and then there's a short side on this side. Then there's the little pee part, the little funnel, that is what you're going to use to pee in the toilet, kind of like, you know, you got a little thing down there. So this is how you use it. So what you do is you take the bigger side, the longer side, and you are going to cup yourself. Oh, you are going to cup it. It's so hard for me to show. You're going to cup it so that the longer side is in front and the shorter side is in back. You are going to make sure that your vajay is in that part, because y'all can't tell me that you can't feel your vagina down there after surgery. You can feel it, okay? So make sure that your vagina is in this opening. It's big enough to hold anything. I promise you, you'll fit. Put it on. Make sure that it's on properly. Long side up, short side in the back. Your vagina is inside, and then you comfortably pee. Okay? And that's it. Like, it's just as simple. Once you're done peeing, shake it off. You want to, what I like to do is I like to have my wipes on the top of the toilet or somewhere close that I can access them. I will grab my wipes and I will wipe myself. I will shake this thing off, and then you want to rinse it out. You can rinse it out however you want. I prefer to rinse it out in the shower. So what I would do is I would go to the bathroom. The shower is right next door. I just put it underneath there. I let the water run in it, clean it out, some hot water, throw it out, clean it out a couple times. You can add soap if you like. And then once it's nice and clean, you want to lay it either on top of the toilet or, again, somewhere close where it's easily accessible, on top of a towel so it can dry nicely and it's just nicely presented there for you whenever you need it. I don't really put it back in the bag or the packaging that it came into, because, like, when I gotta go, girl, I gotta go. I had a C-section and I can't hold my pee back like most girls can. So I need this thing to be easily accessible. It is on the bathroom counter. And I go in, I grab this up, I look at the angle, make sure that it's positioned right, and I take my pee. I rinse it off at the shower a couple times, you know, make sure it's nice and hot so that it's nice and sterilized. You shake it off, you put it on the countertop, and you are done, okay? Don't tell me that you're getting your faja soiled and you have a whole urinal that you could be using properly. Don't be lazy. I know you're in pain. I know you're going through it, but that still doesn't give you a reason to, you know, forget about yourself, forget about your dignity. Think about what you're doing. Use this thing. I've showed you how. Now we have no excuses. All right, let's move on. All right, so the next thing that I wanted to share with you is, I don't have it here, but you want to make sure that you have your Tylenol Extra Strength. I brought Tylenol Extra Strength AM and PM. You can choose to bring whichever one you want. I really like the PM one because it assisted me with sleeping. You can be so uncomfortable when you're having your surgery. You have your surgery, and you know that first night's sleep, it could just be so hard. So the Tylenol PM is definitely going to help you out. Another reason why you have to have that on hand, and do not rely on getting that when you get out there, make sure you bring it out there, is because Miami is surgery heaven, capital. And 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, or a high percentage, however you want to put it, a lot of things that you need, the necessities like Tylenol and stuff, are sold out because everyone's having surgery. So to make sure that you're not caught up in that mess, you want to make sure you're proactive, you're doing the right thing, and you're bringing your own Tylenol. If you can bring both, PM and daytime, do that. If you had to choose between one, if I had to choose between one, I would have chose Tylenol PM, because that's going to do the job and it's going to knock me out, give me a nice rest, and then I can wake back up and do my walks around, but I'm always going to have that nice, relaxing feeling to help me go to sleep, especially when I'm going through that much pain. It really, really helps. So Tylenol PM, make sure that's packed in your bag before you head out for your surgery. And I'm saying Miami like everyone's going to be headed out to Miami. There are so many other places that you can go to, but because I had my surgery in Miami, that's where my experience is coming from. So putting it out there. Moving on, guys. So here's another product that I don't have on hand. If I can get a picture, I'll put it right here, but it's going to be the Lymphatic Drops. And what this does is these drops, you just put a couple drops in your water, and it's going to help you with making sure that you are properly draining. It's going to help with your lymphatic system. And if you have a doctor like mine, Dr. Hassan, he does not work with drains. So making sure that my lymphatic system was draining properly and I was, in the best state for my lymphatic system, those lymph drops really helped me a lot. So I definitely suggest for you to go out and purchase some lymphatic drops. And again, that's a product that you might want to look on Amazon for, or your nearest health food store as well would provide them as well. So moving on to the next one, we are going to talk about electrolyte powder and electrolyte tablets. I have them here. So this is the electrolyte powder, and these are the tablets. I started off by purchasing this, and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and grab the berry, whatever. But in all honesty, I don't really like things with taste like that. I don't even know why I decided with this over the lemon lime one. I was just in a fruity mood. I don't know why, but I didn't like the taste of this. It tastes like medicine or something. I don't know. For me, I just want my water to be in its absolute purest form. Carbonated water is my favorite, so I don't mind carbonation, but when it comes to like putting things into my water, I just want it to be as like light as possible. So I found that these tablets were actually more effective for me. Mainly, not so much because of the fact that they were in tablet form, but because of the taste. It was it's lemonade flavor. So it was so light and just easy for me to drink. So whether you're getting the tablet form or the powder form, it doesn't really matter. Just get the taste that's best for you. And what these electrolyte products do is they help to give you that extra hydration. A lot of times when we drink water, we don't realize that some of the water that we're drinking is not actually hydrating us, and it's not actually giving us what we need in it. So to make sure that we're getting what we need and we're getting that hydration, you can kick it up with one of these hydration boosters, and they really, really help. So electrolytes is the way to go, guys. I guess you could say this is an optional, but I would definitely suggest staying hydrated throughout your BBL or your surgery experience. So here are some options. Again, I'm not going to really share the brands with you just because there's all kinds of brands out there that are very effective. So any electrolyte powder or tablet will work. I would definitely suggest you using urine pads, and they are the exact same, just as effective, and also shower curtain. And these two things are going to work hand in hand for you, along with some tape. What these things are going to do is this is what's going to help you if you are staying at a hotel, if you are staying at an Airbnb, if you are at a recovery home. They probably have all of this under control, but if not, you definitely want to make sure that you prepare your bed properly. So here's a picture of how I prepared at the hotel that I stayed at. And what I did is I stripped off all of the sheets off of the bed down to the mattress, and I first put on the shower curtain and I taped it on all four sides. Once that was taped down and it wasn't moving, I added my urine pad. You can also use bedtime pads. Bedtime pads have the little sticky on the back, which is really useful. I ended up buying extra pads and using those. But you want to lay out all the hear me saying puppy pads, all the urine pads on the bed. And then you want to tape them so that everything is in one place and nothing's moving around. And that way, you know, if you happen to move on the bed a little bit or whatever, you're not shifting anything around. So that's why the tape is really handy. So you're going to tape all of the puppy pads down, and you are also going to tape a trail from your bed trailing all the way to the bathroom. And that way, if you're bleeding or leaking at all as you're walking, it's falling on the urine pads and it's not getting the floor soiled or stained, because they are going to charge you the biggest fee. Why? Because they know that you're coming out for a BBL. They will ask you at the front desk, and don't tell them, but they're going to ask you if you're coming for a BBL. They don't need to know, but they know. So with that being said, dot your I's, cross your T's, and know that they're going to be looking for any reason to charge you. And just, again, do the right thing. I've already told you, so you can't say you didn't know. So I left with you a picture of how my bed looked, and that's how it looked. And then what I did is I would lay on the urine pads, and I would use their blanket, which was a blue color, to cover with. Now, looking back, I would have brought my own sheets just to be absolutely safe. So that's what I'm going to suggest for you to do. Make sure you're bringing your own sheet, and make sure you're bringing your own pillowcase, and they should be a dark color, like a blue or like a black, a brown, a red, a dark gray, something that, you know, doesn't look aesthetically messy or anything. And let's say you get it stained and it's a light color and you wash it, it might stain on it might not come out in a wash, and then you have that sheet that you got to look at and it looks a mess. It looks like someone just died on it, you know. So I like going with dark colors because it just aesthetically looks better, you know, and it makes the experience better. But definitely bring a dark colored sheet and a pillow. And also, I would suggest it too, to put a urine pad on the pillow itself. You don't have to bring a pillow, but bring a pillowcase, and then you want to wrap the pillow with the urine pad, and then you put your pillowcase over top of that, so that way you're super covered. Because just in case, you know, you get incisions over underneath your armpits and stuff, you know, blood travels wherever, you know, you don't want to soil anything at your Airbnb or at your hotel. So again, do the right thing. My favorite, these comfy Crocs. These were my knight in shining armor. They are so comfortable to wear, straight out of surgery, easy to put on, easy to take off. They got the little thing in the back so it holds your foot in if you need it. And they're just the perfect shoe for you to wear after surgery. If you don't have access to a pair of Crocs or things that look like Crocs, you can always go in with a regular flip-flop or slides, but just something that's very comfortable. And plastic is best because, again, if you leak any kind of fluids on it, it's easy to just rinse off and you're out the door. If you are going to bring Crocs, you can bring an additional pair of flip-flops for the shower. If you're one like myself, I don't really like to go into hotel showers without a shower shoe or slipper or flip-flop or something. So you could bring your flip-flops, and then you can bring your Crocs, and you are good to go for shoes. Given the fact that you're not going to be doing much traveling, sightseeing, any of that, I guess depending on when you get out there. And for me, I came out just in time for my surgery. I brought all kinds of shoes, and honestly, I only wore my Crocs. So Don't worry about bringing a lot of shoes. And while I'm talking about, clothing, shoes, you want to also just bring 3 to 5 loose fitting maxi dresses, loose baggy t-shirts, or if you're comfortable in sweats in the Miami sun or the hot sun, then you go ahead and bring your sweatpants and a loose fitting t-shirt. But you want loose clothes. You want at least 3 to 5, something that you can wash and rewear, and something that's just going to be comfortable. If you don't have drains, that's great. But if you do have drains, then you want to make sure that definitely you're wearing loose garments so that your drains can sit comfortably on your sides and not be pulling and tugging at you. So 3 to 5 is a great amount. If you can pack 7 if you're staying for a week. If not, 3 to 5 is great. You can just wash. And, if something's not really soiled and you feel like you can wear it another day, then you can go ahead and wear it another day. It's all how you feel, but it is important to make sure that you have those items packed and ready to go in your suitcase. Tights and all of those things, sexy crop tops, forget it. Like, this is not the time. I know you're in Miami. I know you want to look cute. And I know once you get off the table and you're looking at that booty, you just want to go outside, sis. I know. But don't do it. Don't do it, because you are going to regret it. Stay comfortable. Stay in your faja and just put a nice loose dress on and just call it a day. We are here for surgery. We are not here to stunt. We are not here to be bougie. We are here to have our surgery and have a great, relaxing, and positive experience. So having some loose fitting clothes is definitely going to encourage that. So make sure you pack it, okay? Our next thing I have on the list is laundry soap. So pack some laundry soap. You don't need to bring your gallon or anything like that. Just bring a nice amount. To probably do about 3 or 4 loads at max. You probably might only do about 2, but just bring 3 or 4 loads, and you can get like a small container to put it in. But laundry soap, and also having maybe about $3 to $5 in quarters, so that when you do have clothes that needs to be washed, you're not looking all around the place for change. You have your own change on you. So shake that piggy bank and get some change out, and make sure you bring it with you to your surgery. Next thing I have on the list is, we talked about the towel. Oh, no, we didn't talk about the towel. We talked about the sheets. You want to bring your own towel, because especially if you're at a hotel or an Airbnb, 9 times out of 10, their towels are going to be white. We are not messing with white right now. So you want to bring your own towel. Bring out a towel that you don't mind getting soiled. You don't mind getting bloodied. If it does get bloodied and you wash it and it doesn't come out, you're not catching hard feelings on. And that goes for your sheet set too. So you want to make sure you have that on hand. And with that, you want to make sure that you're bringing a loofah. And you want to make sure you're bringing a long-handled sponge. I shouldn't have said and. I should have said a loofah or a long-handled sponge. And basically what that looks like is like a loofah with a stick attached to it. I used that and it was amazing. It was great for like scrubbing your back, because you can't really move the way you want to. So when you get the stick, it helps you to get to your back. It helps you to scrub all the areas that you need to in the shower without asking for too much help. I'll leave a picture here so you can see exactly what it looks like. And honestly, I got mine at the dollar store. So if you can't find yours on Amazon, feel free to check out your local dollar store. I'm sure they'll have it, and at a really good price too. So make sure you pack something like that. It definitely will help with your showering and washing yourself on a day-to-day basis. While we're talking about that, you want to also make sure that you're packing your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your makeup remover, your flushable wipes. Now, sis, if you are not using flushable wipes, I do not know if you're really in 2022. Flushable wipes is where it is at, period. Okay, we are not using regular toilet paper like that anymore. We don't do that no more. I don't even think I can't even remember the last time I really used regular toilet paper unless I have to. You know what I mean? Like this is always in my house on full stock. Unless I'm using like a portable public situation, you need it in your life, sis. And I'm telling you right now, Walmart got them for the low. You can buy a box. You're going to need about 2 of these on hand. So pack 2. They're flushable wipes. Oh, it was upside down. They're flushable wipes. I got the Great Value brand. It works amazing. It does the job. And this is smooth because when your butt is so hard after surgery, getting hard toilet paper in your butt, like I can't imagine it getting stuck in there. Like, no, we're not going to do that. So I don't even want to think about it. Get the flushable wipes. Have a great experience when you're wiping your butt. That's just it. That's just all. Take it, open it up, grab 2 wipes, layer it out really nice. Give yourself a nice long swipe. And if you need to give yourself another swipe, you give yourself another swipe. But just know that these flushable wipes are going to have your backside. All right, that's it on that. What's next? We talked about the pillowcase. We talked about the sheet set. You want to have your iPhone charger, your Android charger, your laptop charger, your tablet charger. Just bring a charger, sis, okay? You need a charger. The last thing you want to be is outside of the country or wherever you're at and you do not have a charger once you wake up out of surgery and your phone is dead and you're just like, I want to call my mom, I want to call my friend, I want to call my boyfriend, my husband, whatever, and your phone is dead. Like, nobody wants that. So bring a charger and your plug, okay? Next thing on the list, we have our BBL pillow. If you've never seen this before, well, now you see it. My pillow is collecting a lot of dust, but beyond all of that, it's been worn and it's been used, and I hate it, but I used it a lot. And you're going to be using this a lot as well, too. Some girls like the boppy. Honestly, get your hands on a BBL pillow to start, and then you'll find out if this is for you or if the boppy is better for you. By the time I was considering a boppy, I was pretty much at a point where I could sit. I sat it around 8 weeks. So by the time I was considering it, I was pretty much taking my chances sitting anyway. So I was like, I don't need it. But if you are traveling from out of town, if you're going to be flying, if you're going to be driving, if you're going to be anything, you need to make sure that you bring this with you. You pack this with you. There is Pretty Girl Curves, and I believe that they sell them, but you don't want to depend on Pretty Girl Curves. And then when you get there, they say, oh my gosh, we sold out. And now you're screwed. You're going to have to sit on your butt going home, and that is not going to be the best experience for you. So to bypass all of that, get yourself your hands on a BBL pillow. This is what it looks like. It comes with a back piece. That's why you're seeing these little Velcro pieces here. There's a back piece that goes on the back. And that way when you're sitting on it, you have the back piece to cover it up. And when you sit on this thing, you want to make sure that your butt is hanging off the edge. You don't want to be sitting on it. You want your butt to hang off of it. That's the purpose, so that you're not sitting directly on your butt. But you're going to look silly hauling this onto the airport and everyone's looking at you like, what the hell is that? And then you're going to look silly because you got to now put it on the seat and you got to sit on it, and you look silly because your butt's hanging off the edge. And you're going to look silly when you get on the plane and you're sitting on this and then you want to trash it because it's not working and you're on a long-ass flight. Now you want to just be on your knees. You're just going to hate this thing. And that's the fact. But I'm telling you now so you can just get over it and buy it and make sure you pack it because it is going to save your backside. Moving on. Next thing we're going to talk about is, and all of these things that we're talking about, as you can clearly tell, is in no particular order. I'm just going through the list and I just want you to go through and just write it down, check it off, whatever you need to do. But I'm not doing this in order from like best product to worst. I'm just giving it to you, period. Moving on. Coconut oil. Coconut oil. I don't know how many times I have to say this to people, but if you are not using coconut oil on your skin, you need to, sis. And I'm not just talking about getting rid of stretch marks and things like that. I'm just talking about just for your hydration of your skin in general. Coconut oil is so hydrating and it's so good for your skin, and it's just like, you do not need to use lotion. Honestly, if you use coconut oil, you're out the door. I only used to use coconut oil. The only reason why I actually use a cream now on my skin is because I do have eczema, and it's gotten a lot worse since I had my daughter. So I do use this cream just to make sure that my eczema is, not breaking out. But I do not use lotion. This is what I use. Other than that cream that I use, you're not gonna find me in a Victoria's Secret lotion. I'm gonna smell like this right here, coconut oil. And when you have your surgery, you need to hydrate your skin. Your skin is gonna feel like it's pulling. Your skin is gonna feel like it's tugging. It's gonna feel very tense and just sensitive. Certain areas might even feel dry to you. And this is going to just soothe you so nicely. You put this all over your stomach, all over your butt. It's great for scars. It's great for marks as well. So it's like a double whammy right there. You're gonna smooth it on your butt, smooth it on your back, smooth it on your incisions. Works wonders. Okay, wonders. Use this straight out of surgery. I wouldn't even suggest a lotion when you come out of surgery. I would just suggest you to use coconut oil. And what I like to use with this coconut oil was this arnica oil. And if you don't know about arnica oil, arnica is excellent for pain and inflammation. It's an organic product. And you can get arnica in tea. You can get arnica tablets. You can get arnica gel. I love arnica oil because I like anything that's going to hydrate my skin and keep my skin glowing, keep my skin soft, keep it moisturized, keep the scarring down. Just anything that's oil. I love oil. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, I love my oils. So I'm always going to support it. I'm always going to push it. So definitely out of surgery, arnica oil is going to save you, sis. You're going to take that Tylenol or those painkillers, and you are going to go take a shower after that massage, and you're going to follow up with this. And you're going to follow up with this. You can mix it together. A couple drops in your hand and a little bit of the coconut oil. Make sure you bring a little travel size container for your coconut oil, and you're going to mix it together, and you are going to rub your stomach, and you are going to rub your butt, and you are going to rub all your incisions. You're going to rub everything. And then you are going to put on your Faka and put on your phone.
Face recognition to unlock the device.
My phone again. You're going to use your phones, you're going to use your boards, and you're going to feel great. And that's all I got to say. Coconut oil, arnica oil. You're going to find this arnica oil in your health food store or on Amazon. You're going to find this in your health food store, grocery store. You can find this anywhere. And it doesn't have to be this. It just got to be coconut oil. I'm not talking about Palmer's cocoa butter. I'm talking about organic coconut oil. That's what we're talking about here. So make sure you get yourself a hand of this and get yourself a hand of this and thank me later. All right, moving on to the next. I have this list here and we're going to work through it. I have hand sanitizer, of course. You want to bring your hand sanitizer. You want to bring your mask. So you don't want to leave it up to Jolie to have a mask for you or hand sanitizer. You don't bring a mask. You walk up to Jolie. They tell you, guess what? You can't come in here without a mask on, and we don't offer any masks. That plaza, honestly, it doesn't look like anywhere in that plaza is going to sell a mask to you. So make sure you have, I would say just bring a stack of masks, 10 to 20 masks. They don't really take up a lot of space. Put it in your change pocket in your purse, zip it in so that you have it. It's there. If you find someone that might need one, you can share one. And if you forget one, you always have one in your purse. So they're very important to have. And then also some hand sanitizer. What I have in my purse is I have a small spray bottle. I fill it up with 91% alcohol that I buy from Walmart. And then I just use that to spray my hands every single time I need to, and it works great. I never take it out of my purse, and it's excellent. You can share it with a friend, whatever, and it dries up very nice, and it's great. It does what it needs to do. So definitely want to pack your sanitizer. That's very, very important as well. This is the Equate Walmart version to bio oil. And let me tell you how good this product is. I don't care that it's Equate. I don't care that it's from Walmart. But if you are a parent, sis, if you are a parent like myself, if you are someone who does a lot of shopping and you go to Walmart and you've ever shopped there and you've ever bought Equate, you will know that the Equate brand, that's it, okay? The Equate brand is an excellent, excellent brand. A lot of their products are pretty much identical to the branded products. The only difference is that it has Walmart brand on it. Same ingredients, same make, everything. The only thing, it says Equate on here. So if you want, you can go ahead and buy bio oil, but I use this and my scars are looking amazing right now. So this is something that I would use after my incisions close, or just if you feel comfortable, you know, because it might just be strong. I don't know if your incisions are open and like you don't want to put too much on it. But if you feel comfortable, or if you want to check with your masseuse if this is okay to use right out of surgery, then go ahead. Otherwise, you can wait until your incisions close, and then you can start incorporating this along with your coconut oil and kind of just mix them together and do your rub down right before you put on your foams and your boards and whatnot. So this is a great product, and again, you find this at Walmart, and you should be able to also access this or the Real Thing Bio Oil on Amazon as well. All right, so we talked about arnica oil. Another thing that you want to make sure that you pack is your dial soap or your antibacterial soap. You will have to shower with antibacterial soap before you have your surgery. No nails, no makeup, no lashes, just your birthday suit, nothing. So you want to make sure that you're using an antibacterial soap. Dial is a really good brand, and also there's the Hibiclens. But if you can't access the Hibiclens, then you want to get the Dial soap. I wasn't able to access the Hibiclens, so Dial was it for me, and it worked great. It does the trick. Talked about your toothpaste, your toothbrush, your hair supplies if you need it. Make sure that you are wearing a really good protective hairstyle. Some girls don't mind going to surgery in a wig. However, I would probably suggest to do braids or faux locks, or like have your hair cornrowed into a ponytail or something that's easy, that you really don't have to think a lot about. It's really just going to help you with just not having to think about it, and just, you know, being able to get things done without having to worry about, oh my gosh, I gotta curl my hair, I gotta glue my frontal on, I gotta, you know, forget it. So to bypass all of that, just make sure that you're wearing a protective style that is suitable for surgery, and something that you know that you don't have to worry too much about. That's very, very important. All right, we talked about, you know, the basic things like deodorant, facial cleanser, your makeup remover, your makeup wipes. We talked about flushable wipes. We maxi pads. So whether you're on your period or not, you want to get your hand on some pads. And the reason why you want to get your hands on some pads is because, and not just any kind of pads, but you want the big old clunky pads that look like this. Like, look how big this thing is. It's like a diaper. This actually really helped me because not only can you use this if you need to for your period or whatever, by putting this into your faja, the big guys are good for putting into your faja because then they don't slip and get stuck in you and all this stuff. They just kind of hold its place. But also they are very good for your incisions because, like for me, my masseuse she would massage me, and then she would put two big gauze pads on both of my incisions right here, and then send me on my way. And a lot of times she would give me extra pads, which was great because when I got home and then I went in the shower, I'd take those old ones off, throw it out, take a shower, and then put new ones on. But that wasn't something that she had to do. That was something that she did out of the kindness of her heart. So I'm not going to go and tell you guys to just expect that from every single masseuse. So with that being said, once I left from my massages, I was on my own, and I didn't have those large pads or access to those pads. I had access to these little guys, and they did work pretty well, and they were pretty discreet too, but they would fill up very, very fast, so I'd have to double and triple that. And what I found was really good is I would use this, and I would just literally just put it over my incision. You could do it like this, and then you could do it like that. You could do it like this if you wanted. If you want, you can go like this. You can pretty much do whatever. You could cut it in half and pull in here, pull in here. You can do a whole lot with these pads. So I feel like, and they absorb. You know that these pads absorb, okay? So for me, this was so effective for my incisions, even more so than a gauze pad, because this held everything, like all my blood, everything. And especially if you're trying to get some sleep and you don't want to wake up in a bloody mess and you're bleeding a lot, this is going to really help you a lot. So definitely pack a couple of these. I mean, I would honestly pack about 12, but it's up to you. And something like this, I feel like Walmart would also have out in Miami, or where you're going, they should have pads, because I mean, not everybody does this trick. So whatever you feel is best. If you want to buy it beforehand, or if you want to buy it while you're out there, it's really up to your own discretion. But now you know, they're very, very useful. Anyways, moving on to the next product. All right. Oh, I wanted to share something with you. While we were talking about the importance of the lymphatic drops and making sure that you're drinking that mixture, and also we talked about the electrolytes and how important it is to stay hydrated, we didn't get to talk about the right bottle to be drinking out of, because when you're laying down, you can't really drink out of something like this. Something like this has this kind of mouth, and when you go like this, it's gonna fall out through the side, it's gonna fall into your nose, you're gonna be swimming in your drink. So I would not bring a cup like this, really, because it's just not going to be effective, especially when you're laying down, and you're not always going to want to sit up. What is very effective is something like this. So what this is this is a water bottle. You can put hot or cold liquids in it. I used it for water only, and my lymphatic drops, and look what happens. It has a little sippy straw thing, and you can drink it. If I'm laying down, I can drink it. If I'm standing up, I can drink it. I brought this every single day whenever I had my massages. I fill it up. I put my lymphatic drops in it, and I was out the door. This is all I brought with me to my massages, and it was amazing. It kept me hydrated. I would get some ice from the hotel and fill it all the way up, and then pour my water in it. Oh my gosh, so good. And it has a little link thing on it, so if I wanted to, I could put it on my bag, right? And something like this you can easily find at your nearest. If you're Canadian, it's going to be Walmart. It's going to be Marshall's. It's going to be Walmart. Might have it as well. If you're in the States, it's going to be TJ Maxx. It's going to be Marshall's. It's going to be Ross. It's going to be Five Below. You can find this anywhere, and it's going to be around anywhere from $5 to $10. This, I think, was $7.99 Canadian. And this does the trick. Let me tell you, you're going to be laying in bed like, I need some water. You're going to go like this. You're going to be so happy. Thank me later. Like and subscribe, baby. We got it. All right, so now that we have our water bottle, let's see what else is on our list here. What do we have here? We have deodorant, of course. You want to bring deodorant. We don't want to have onions smell under our armpits. So bring deodorant. Medical tape. We talked about that with taping. This helps with taping the urine pads on the bed. Actually, I'd probably bring a stronger tape for that, like a masking tape. But this will also help you with the pads, so you can stick them on. So make sure you have your own medical tape with you to help you use as an adhesive for anything that you might need. Very important. All right. You want to bring a chapstick. We talked about pads, gauze pad, hydrogen peroxide. What happened to me was, so I went out to the hotel. I stayed at a hotel with my husband and my daughter. And my daughter and my husband stayed on one bed and I stayed on the other bed. So one of the nights, my daughter was playing a game and she was so sad because she usually cuddles with me all the time to go to bed, like every single night. And she wasn't able to do that. So she wanted me to like lay down with her and watch some games on her tablet. So I was kind of like hunched on the bed a little bit, like trying to fix myself. And I leaked on the bed. And that was the bed that had all the sheets. Normally, everything was on that bed. So I leaked on the bed on their white sheets. And let me tell you, I was so nervous. I was like, what am I going to do? It's blood. It's a lot. Like, what am I going to do? So I couldn't, like, at first, my husband's like, okay, let's grab it. Let's, like, wash it in the sink and, like, soak it and leave it to dry and see what happens, whatever. So I'm like, let me use this hydrogen peroxide because, like, I'm not a scientist, but I don't even know why I brought it. So let's see what it does. Like, I just tried. Anyways, I sprayed the hydrogen peroxide on the sheet, and let me tell you, it was gone. Like, that stuff works like magic. I'm telling you, bring that hydrogen peroxide because I don't know what it's used for. Like, I'm sure you could use it for your incisions, of course. You could use it for your incisions and cleaning you and whatever. But aside from that, girl, it takes out stains like you would not believe. So that hydrogen peroxide, have that on deck because if you come into a situation like I did where you might soil some sheets on accident, you can hose that thing down with the hydrogen peroxide and you're out the door. Nothing happened. Trust me, nothing happened. Moving on. So, what else? Arnica gel. If you like the arnica gel, if you like the feeling of gel when it dries and you're okay with that, go ahead with the arnica gel. I didn't really like how it really felt, but I did use arnica gel a couple times, and it does what it needs to do. It helps with the pain, and the inflammation. So, it does what it needs to do. It's up to preference at that point if you want to use the oil, the gel, or maybe even both. You know what I mean? So, those are the options there. You want to have your, let me get them here. Lipofoams, guys. And if you've already watched my compression video, you've seen me use these foams time and time again. These are the exact foams that I use. As you can see, I've used them my entire journey. And look how good condition they're in. Like, great condition. You can wash these foams, and again, I have them in the black color so that they don't have that soiled look if they get blood on it, and I can always rinse it out and they come back looking like this. So these are important. And of course, you want to have your boards. And again, I like to use black boards. If you've watched my compression video, you've seen, I believe, this board, and you've also seen another style of board, but this is my go-to. This one is nice and big. It fits perfectly right up underneath your breast here. It has that little cutout, and then it goes around your sides here, and then it goes right down to the pelvic area. So it really just covers all the parts that it needs to, which I really, really like about this. And then the other board that I really like, my favorite, is this lumbar board. This is going to save your back, and it's really going to protect. Now, if you look at this lumbar board really close, what you can see is that the one side has the cushion, and then the back part is more so flat. This part is going to be touching your back, and the flat part will be on the outside. And this really, really helps with just relieving some pain and pressure, and it also gives you that nice dip in your back that we all love to have. So if you're looking for that nice dip like that, you want to make sure that you're wearing your lumbar support, okay? So these two boards, once they give you the okay, these are the two boards that you're going to need to start compressing with alongside your foams. Now, Another item that I don't have on me right now, because they're in the wash actually, are my seamless tank tops. You want to have between 3 to 5 seamless tank tops. Seamless is a must. You do not want to have tank tops with seams because your body is still swelling and it's still very much moldable. So when you wear the tank tops with the seams, you're going to get that indentation. And if you continue to wear that over and over again, it's just going to really leave an imprint that you just really won't want. So to prevent all of that, you wear a nice seamless tank top. So you're going to put your tank top on, and then you're going to put your boards on, your front board, your back board. Then you're going to put your foams in front of your boards all the way around, and then you're going to put your faja on. Now, once you hit the 2-month mark, you can start doing extreme compression. If that's something that you're interested in, I do have 2 videos in my channel that will show you exactly how to compress for extreme compression and maximum results. But I wouldn't advise you doing something like that until your 2-month mark. So make sure you have your foams on hand. Make sure you have your boards on hand. Your masseuse is going to let you know when you can start compressing with them, or your doctor will tell you, the nurse will tell you, but just wait until you have that go ahead, and then you just go ahead and you start compressing, and you do not stop. Okay, the compression does not stop. The compression is ongoing, and you will love your results if you are compressing, I promise you. Okay, so let's keep on going. We're almost done. We're almost there, guys. The next thing we talked about the maxi dress. We talked about the seamless tank top. You want to have at least two pairs of compression socks. At least 2 pairs of compression socks. What I did is I got 1 pair of the full toe, full size one. If I can get a picture, I'll probably put it here. So I got a full compression sock, and it was like the full toe. And then I got another style of compression socks where the toes were cut out. So that way, if I wore sandals or if I wore like shoes, like flip-flops or anything like that, I can easily get my toes to where it needs to be. I can easily move my feet around. And I just really like the toeless compression socks. They really, really helped a lot. And I actually found myself wearing them more than the compression socks that had the toe. Especially because in Miami it's so hot. You don't want to wear socks. Like, I didn't want to wear socks. We are almost done, guys. Let's see what else do I have on here. Oh, so then I have stool softener, and this is something that's extremely important as well, because when you do have a surgery, it is very, very common for you to feel constipated afterwards. And even if you don't think you're constipated on the first day, I would still take it that first night or that second night, so that you can make sure that you have a bowel movement and it's not going to be constipated. Because if you don't take this and you do get constipated, on top of the pain that you're feeling in your surgery, oh my gosh. I've heard so many horrible stories about girls that are crying in agonizing pain because they are constipated and they're dealing with the pain that they already have. And then on top of that, they have, they got the bubble guts and it's not coming out. So this is going to do it. Pack it. You don't have to pack this big thing, but just like pour out a couple tablets. And just make sure that you have this on hand as well. And, you can share them. Like, if you have extras and someone needs something, you can share it. So pack enough that you can bring with you. All right? So that's very important. And I wanted to share these 2 with you. And this is not so much for you to bring out. You can. But this is more so before you even get out to Miami or wherever you're going. You want to make sure that you're taking folic acid, iron, and where's my vitamin C? I don't see it here. But vitamin C. So you want to make sure you're taking your vitamin C, you want to make sure you're taking your iron, and you want to make sure you're taking your folic acid. Of course, you can get these tablets at Walmart. You can get these tablets on your health food store. But you want to make sure that you're taking these things, and that's just going to prepare your body on top of the other things that your doctor might suggest for you to be taking. So it's really important that you are reading your forms to see what your doctor is suggesting for you to do before you have your surgery, and you're following the right measures to make sure that you are taking everything that you need to make sure that your body is preparing itself for your surgery. All right, guys. So we've made it. We have made it to the end. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to these gems, and for just tuning in to my channel. We are on the road to 100 subscribers. So if you enjoyed this this little series, this little video here, and if you're liking the content that I'm bringing to you, please please subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment. I mean, if I missed something, I am human. I was like literally jotting these down really quick right before I did this, so I might have missed out on something. That is normal. Please forgive me, and leave it in the comments so that we can package this. We do not want to miss out on anything when we're going out for this surgery. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I have another excellent video coming up for you guys. Thank you so much, and have yourself a great day. Bye.